Hi everyone, this is Shreen Purewal and I'm just driving today testing out this new gadget that I got and trying to keep all my clients up to date as to what's going on in the real estate market here in Victoria, BC. All right, so where do I start, sweet people? Um, Market's still hot. Okay, guys? Yes, market's still hot. We're finding that inventory again is low. Same story, you guys have heard this before. I did have a client who got upset at me for saying that I expect prices to still stay strong here in Victoria, BC. Now, again, whatever I say to everyone out there, it's my personal opinion, first of all. And second of all, it's not only my personal opinion, it's based on the data that I'm currently seeing. So off of what I'm seeing right now is a trend that there's not enough supply, there's still demand, and we're hearing that the Bank of Canada is not increasing interest rates. So money's still cheap to borrow. So as long as money's cheap to borrow, people are going to keep borrowing and they're going to keep buying and demand is going to keep going up. So based on the fundamentals of economics, yes, we're seeing prices are going to maintain and stay strong. Now, if you expect there to be a crash, that is a possibility. They've been talking about a crash for 3, 5, 6, the bubble, right? Um, there may be a bubble. No one knows. No one has a crystal ball. I'm just basing it off the facts of what I saw this last year. And to be honest, I was telling my buyers 2 years ago that, you know what, I think prices, may stabilize. And what happened? COVID hit and it went up. So really, don't listen to me. Don't listen to Joe Blow. Look at the data and look at what the story the data is telling you. Now, I did have someone ask me, well, I heard that there are delinquency rates that are happening, right? People, they're late on paying their mortgages. Is that going to affect it? Do you see something? My question is, when you look at that data, what parts are those happening in? See those CMHC delinquencies that you're seeing on mortgages. Is it happening on Vancouver Island, Vancouver? The west side is a completely story from the east side, right? When the recession happened, those countries out east were far more harder hit than we were out here on the west coast. So that's something else to contemplate. I had another client say, again, I deal a lot with investors. One say, oh, well, look at New York. New York prices are significantly falling. And I'm like, yeah, they absolutely are. Because, that's a different market. You can't compare Victoria to New York. It's completely different story. And I said, you can compare Victoria to Seattle. And Seattle, the market's being phenomenally strong. It's an IT hub. It's on the West Coast. Completely different city. So at the end of the day, if you're an investor and it's your lifetime savings or you want to make the right choice, all I can do and all anyone else could do for you is give you the data, you study the data, and then you make the right decision based off of the data. To ask someone for a crystal ball to say, show me exactly, no one can do that. What we can do is we can make educated guesses based off of what we've seen, and based off of what I've seen, I expect this spring to be record breaking again. I expect that with the borders opening up to be an even higher influx of people coming into Canada, with the way we've handled the whole pandemic, with the way we culturally came together and wore a mask and protected society, the safety here, when the whole world was chaotic, it seemed like we really had it together here, and the world saw that to a certain level. So if people feel safe, they want to move here. They think, they have this perception that it's a good place to be, which it is. I mean, I live here and I love it here, but I'm biased. So again, don't listen to me. I'll give you the data. You do your due diligence and you make your educated guess off of that. What else can I say? Questions that people have asked me. Yeah, so that was the New York one I told you guys about. I told you guys about the where I see the market heading is, yes, I expect to still grow strong. If you ask me, The next big areas, as the city's expanding, I expect the Cowichan Valley to do very well. There is a town by the ocean. I really like it. I think it's close to Victoria. It's beautiful. It's fairly cheap to get into. There's a float plane that goes twice a day to Vancouver. There's a float plane that comes to downtown Victoria. You can look at Harbor Air. That's the float plane company that goes out there. And the city is called Maple Bay. I like Maple Bay. I went there. There's a few people from Saskatchewan out there. Uh, Beautiful. I mean, if you're coming from Saskatchewan, it's affordable to get into, beautiful views. There are some concerns I heard from one client, and this is good feedback to share with everyone else, that, hey, is there a hospital out in Cowichan Valley? You know, if anything happens, you know, when you retire, health problems start increasing. You want to be close to, you know, healthcare. So my answer to that was, I believe if you Google it, again, don't listen to me, redo your research. There is a brand new hospital being built in the Cowichan Valley area. So I would look into that. And there is a hospital, I mean, 45-minute one in Victoria, Vic General, which is right there on the highway. But these are good points to look into, right? And look at any other, and how far are you from Nanaimo? Like Maple Bay is about, it's a halfway point between Victoria and Nanaimo almost. Victoria probably being closer to Maple Bay. So you got to look at all these facts and make the choice. I mean, at the end of the day, I can guide you based off of the facts that you've given me, what I would make as my best choice, but no one can make a decision better for you than you can yourself. Now, I do get that sometimes buying a home isn't an emotional experience. It absolutely is. And when emotions kick in, reasoning can get complicated. So in those situations, I quickly recognize that I can kind of step in and be like, hey man, your emotions are kicking in. If we look at the facts, and these were the facts that you explained to me, this is what makes sense for you. But the decision is still in your hands. Okay? And I could guide you on points like that, to be quite honest with you. But I will say one thing, because I'm getting a lot of interest from people in the price point under 800. I will tell you, there's a lot of people looking in the price point of buying a home under 800. And when those properties come up, they go like quick if it's a good one. Accepted offer same day usually, or second day. So what I can do is sign you up for the MLS emails, automated emails. As soon as it hits the market, you'll get an email that day, and that same day we go look at it is what I would recommend. And if you like it, same day write an offer on it. Now remember, writing an offer doesn't mean you're going to own it outright. You can have 2 weeks to do your due diligence, 1 to 2 weeks to do your due diligence. If we can get you pre-approved for financing beforehand, which is what I typically recommend, that process can move smoother. So we don't have to wait the 2 weeks because your bank's already pre-approved you. You've got all your ducks in order and ducks in a line, or however the saying goes, and you're ready to run. So, and that's another big thing that I say to all my clients is it all comes down to money. So please make sure before we get into the whole game of buying, you're pre-approved for financing. That's important. And then we're really refining down in your search. We're really focusing where we should be. And sometimes what we think we can get, banks kind of give us a reality check and let us know, no, that's because some banks, what they do is they have qualifying rates. So although interest rates may be like 1%, when you're playing with your mortgage calculator, like, oh yeah, I can get a mortgage for 1%. They put a qualifying rate of 4%. So they make sure in the event that if interest rates do go up, you are able to afford that increase in interest rates. So that's good to know as well. What else can I say? I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll try to do a video to answer your questions. You can email me at info@bchomegroup.ca. I'm always happy to help and always loving to share my knowledge and learn from you guys as well, because, you know, sometimes I'll give you an opinion and you'll be like, well, my experience was this one time this happened to me. No one knows it all. That's why I believe in consulting subject matter experts. On every deal that I do speak to a lawyer, I do speak to an appraiser, I do speak to subject matter experts to get their insight, because at the end of the day, when we work together, that's when we win. And we share on everyone's knowledge here. but most importantly, I can help on that front to lead that initiative and help you guys out. All right, team. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Wear your mask. I'm not wearing my mask because I'm driving now, but if you do meet me, you'll see a mask on me. I know the other day my client was asking me, "Are you wearing lipstick?" I was like, "I know I shouldn't wear lipstick because it's all covered by a mask, but I guess for the videos it helps to wear a little bit of color." But anyways, guys, all good. We'll chat soon. Stay safe and be happy. Take care. Bye now.